Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between DayDream and Coman on Dusk Towers. In the bottom right side of the map we have the red Zerg player, it is DayDream. And in the top side of the map we have the blue Terran player, it is Coman, representing APR. Alright, so here we are on Dusk Towers with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. If you don't know what this is an examination of Bronze and Silver League gameplay. If you want to send me your Into the Void replay, go ahead and do so at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. I'll send it to my screeners. They will decide which one of the many that they get is the very best. Tell me about it, and I will cast it. And then everybody will be super happy. Alright, so here it is. Again, I'm going to say this every week, but these are not your Wings of Liberty 6 years ago Bronze and Silver League players. These people know what they're doing. A hatch first for DayDream. What looks all the world like a Reaper expand out of Coman with timings and everything. Where things start to fall apart is when that first battle happens, and the second battle happens, and there's some harassment, and macro is forgotten, and strategies are thrown out the window, and desperation and panic sets in. That's what makes Into the Void as fun as it is. But for now, I mean, look at this. Extractor pool. This could just be Violet. This could be Thermal up here for all we know. Okay, the APM is actually really high for Coman. And DayDream's not bad either. Alright, alright. Alright, so these guys... are they smurfing? They might be smurfing. That's a Reaper. That is 100% a straight up Reaper expands. Let's name our Reapers, shall we? Let's pull up our list of ye old Reaper names and see what we've got. This one is going to be named Reaper Chicken Feet the Third. And don't remember who suggested it, but Chicken Feet the Third is going to be the name of this Reaper. I like it. It's random. It's fun. Maybe he was a farmer who specialized in chicken feet before he joined the Dominion. He's rallied inside his base, which I find a little bit odd for Coman. And here we go. Going to try to sneak on out that direction instead of this direction. I don't know why that was, but the Reaper is on its way. There are some drones here, and there are some lings coming out. But it's kind of difficult to protect drones until that Queen is ready to pop. But we'll see how well Chicken Feet the Third can do. Queen about ready there too. 6 lings in production, so a little bit more than the general 4 that we see. But here it comes. Chicken Feet the Third. You are controlled by a Bronze or a Silver League player, so watch out. That's what I have to say. And he's actually might get... Oh, he does get a ling kill. Nicely done, Chicken Feet. Well done indeed, but these lings are actually playing it pretty well. Kitty charge knocking that drone back, doing 10 points of damage to it. There's the Queen, though. The Queen is up. Stabbity stab stab. Kitty charge thrown down, and he does manage to survive thus far. Bam! Coman escaping with his life after killing a single ling. Did force out some lings here from DayDream, but droning up now is DayDream. Expanding back here very nicely is Coman and Double Refinery. That tells me could be Banshee. There's a starport coming up at the 3-minute mark, so entirely could be Banshee here. Could be some drops. Third base on the way from DayDream. Is this... These APMs are high for Into the Void. I mean, this was voted on, so I'm very interested. I wonder... I don't know, man. I mean, there's evolution chambers coming up. The worker counts are pretty good. 27 to 26. Lings bashing away, running away when the Hellions show up. All right, we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. This might be a little bit better than average Into the Void, but hey, sometimes it can be painful to watch actual super low APM stuff, so maybe we'll get a special treat with a extra super powered version of Into the Void this week. You're going to inject? If you don't inject, I'll feel better about this. Ah, crap, got the inject. Alright. Alright, well, here come a 4 Hellion follow-up after that Reaper push. There is a Banshee on the way. That double gas was something to tell. There's a third base being constructed. Lings trying to knock stuff down. Actually, just getting right on in. That supply depot was lowered. And I'm not sure the Lings knew it. They do manage to take down that SCV, but the Hellions are a big-time problem. Queen's trying to stab away. Is there enough? Spinecrawler not there. Hellions getting right into this mineral line. Drones, do not attack them. Do not attack them. Run for your lives. Try to split. Not splitting very well. Not splitting all that well, but a Hellion does end up falling. Continuing to roast up some of these lings. The lings, there's a lot of them, though, and they're going to chase these Hellions away. No problem. Cloak on the way, and every single Hellion does die. The ling's doing a bit of a counterattack. I'm not sure. There's the lift, but not a lift on this. I'm not sure if there's enough to actually stop these lings from doing quite a bit of damage. I mean, Banshees, sure. Hellions, sure, but that needs to be lifted. Why? The Lings! Oh, the last second liftoff there. Nicely done. Indeed. Alright, so trying to break through this with Lings is never ever going to happen. Hellions back here. There's a Banshee up there too. Lairs on the way. 4 Spore Crawlers in construction. 1, 2. Did they see the tech lab on the starport? They did see the tech lab on the starport. Okay, so that's good. Exactly what you want here. Cloak Banshee going after these queens. Spore Crawler there, but not Spore Crawler here. I don't know about that positioning. I really don't. The Banshee going after, there we go, double shotting those drones, 2-shotting the drones rather. Spore Crawler trying to replant itself. And a Banshee absolutely doing super well. Already has 2 kills. Is going to take out this Spine Crawler, trying to land that base over there, but there are Lings ready to stop that from happening. Got to get out there and stop the Lings from killing your stuff, Coman. Oh, just out of range. 32 hit points remaining. Does get the Spine Crawler, and the Banshee decides to come on out. Lings say, hey, what's up? How you doing? You want to land here? The Hellions say, how about you get out? How about you get the heck on out of here? Trying to get that surround, but pretty good micro. Actually didn't get the surround at all, just running for their lives. A lot of them getting roasted to this point. 900 resources lost by the Zerg, 550 lost by the Terran, and landing his 3rd base. Huh. So Spine Crawler. I mean, a bit of an overabundance of static defense. I mean, that tells you that this is not super high level, but I need to go back and see what actually showed up on the loading screen for this game, because I feel like it's not actually a silver bronze. Anyway, we're going to stop worrying about it. 3rd base there. Orbital Command is popping on up. Spire on the way for DayDream. +1 vehicle weapons. Is this a mech? This is kind of mechy, isn't it? Look at these factories. Factory. Holy smokes. Coman's going mech, you guys. Going mech against Zerg. Can he make it work? If you're a Terran player, root as hard as you can for this to work, because we need more viable specs in ZVT than just Bio Widowmine with some Liberator mixed in. I guess tanks also show up. It's not the same thing every time, but it's usually Bio, Medevac, and then something after that. All right, Lings trying to do this thing. Can they get the surround? They get a surround on some of these Hellions. Wow! Woo! Hellion massacre. DayDream making it work. DayDream says, ouch. Yeah, that hurt. Coming on to creep when there are 100 Lings out is very dangerous. Income tab, 57 to 55 total harvesters. These guys are neck and neck right now when it comes to that worker count. Lings against tanks, not as good. They have +1/+1 too. Can they get inside the main? They kill those Hellions very easily, but the tanks. Whoa, tanks kill but all but 1 of those Lings, but saw the number of factories and says, this is interesting. Muta's on the way. Roach Warren definitely being constructed now, and an infestation pit. So there's a 4th base there by a DayDream. 3rd base up and happy for Coman. Coman. Overlords haven't really scattered in, but Lings have done a good job with that thus far. More and more Spore Crawlers too. Really worried about drops or Liberators or something. I don't know what. Alright, so what are you meching here? Thors, tanks, Corvid Reactor for Ravens. Wow, I like that. I like that a lot. Where's that Corvid Reactor? Increases the starting energy of Ravens by 25. Okay, so I'm excited. So this is kind of a surprise mech. Maybe a MidRank Madness? Maybe... I don't know, man. This APM is great. Thor trying to kill these mutas by its lonesome, but the magic box is real. Is there anything else that can shoot up here? That missile turret can repair the Thor, and trying to do it. The Thor is still alive. It is down to 80 hit points, but it has 3 kills. Boom. Definitely killing these mutas very well. Cyclone getting some shots off too, and the muta harass. Not as good. Not as good as DayDream wanted it to be. So he's continuing to make mutas. Guess he's trying to make it work. Getting pathogen glands, getting flyer carapace, missile attack level 1, and glial reconstitution. Overlord gonna die because, I mean, there's nothing to save it, and it's slow. Tanks pushing out Banshees here. The mutas did manage to turn around and take out one of the Banshees, so you don't want to overextend too far, or else you will die. Spine Crawler, Spine Crawler, Spine Crawler. Static defense all the way out of DayDream. And a 4th base moving on out for Coman. What is that? Magfield Accelerator increasing the damage of the lock-on ability for Cyclones. Infernal Pre-Igniter increasing the damage of Hellions and Hellbats. Yeah, I mean, we knew this was Mech, but this is super commit to Mech. Vehicle and ship plating level 1 out of Coman 2. So Coman lands it. We have some creep spread continuing very nicely. Possibly should be thinking about a 5th base should DayDream right now. And I wouldn't say that if this was super low level, but these guys seem to know what they're doing. So it's probably time. Probably time, DayDream, to get the heck on down there. Alright, so let's see. Last week we talked about Stranger Things. There were some comments about that. Again, liked it a lot. Did manage to finish it. Super good. Super good. I am somewhat of a child of the 80s. I was, you know, not a teenager in the 80s, but I was a kid. I remember those times, and Stranger Things just really hits that spot. Some transferring workers, Cyclone's getting some shots off too, but they are dying very quickly. Again, the magic box trying to do this thing, not take too much splash damage from the Thor, and it's working. It's working very well as the Thor does end up dying. The Banshee's in a ton of trouble too. There's just not enough anti-air. Unfortunately, Cyclone again trying to kill some stuff. Cyclone ends up dead. Thor's marching their way on up. The Mutas just say, we're going to take this way out. Anyway, can you guys recommend anything else on Netflix that my wife and I might like to watch together? We've already watched Daredevil. What else have we watched? Have we both watched Daredevil? Maybe that was just me. That might have been just me. But anyway, we like stuff like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We like comedies. We really enjoyed Parks and Rec when that was on. So I don't know. Let us know what you think. Mutas coming on in. There is a planetary fortress and a single missile turret. I'm just not sure these single missile turrets is enough. Ultra's coming up for DayDream now. Getting +3/+3 on his melee and his armor. So gee willikers, DayDream. He is doing super well. Getting adrenal glands too. He's trying to win this thing with Ultra Ling. And I mean, against the Hellions, great. Against the Thors, great. Against the Banshees, maybe not that great. Not all that great. Thor here with +1 attack is doing 14 damage ×4 versus light with splash. Wow. Great job. 7 kills on that Thor. That muta count is not healthy. And in fact, it is 0. It is 0, and DayDream is doing absolutely nothing to replenish that. So we have Banelings, we have Roaches, we have Ultras in production, Collector's Edition of Heart of the Swarm version of Ultras. Very beautiful indeed with their tusks all glowy and on fire and stuff. There's that 5th base for DayDream. Maybe a little bit late. Could potentially be a little bit late. Got another base coming up for Coman. Coman is playing this well. I just feel like Coman is getting Liberators now. Tank count is always useful against Ultras as they do extra damage versus armored. In siege mode or non-siege mode. I guess this is called, what, 90mm cannons mode? Muscular augments for Hydra's coming up. Chitinous plating coming up. So DayDream has a little bit of everything here. Roach, Hydra, Baneling, Ultra, Ling. With some infestors tapped in here. Does he have infestors? I thought he did. Didn't he get pathogen glands? I thought he got pathogen glands. I don't know. Explosive shrapnel shells. That's for the auto turret? Yeah. Increases the damage of Raven auto turrets and secret missiles by 30%. High capacity fuel tanks. Nobody ever gets that one. Increases the medevacs fuel reserves, allowing ignite afterburners to last 50% longer. Nope. Nobody ever does that. I've never ever seen anybody get that one, which is interesting. You'd think a dropping Terran player would get that, but apparently it's overkill is what it is. So here we come with Ultras that are not quite fully upgraded yet, but these tanks doing lots of damage. Ultras dying at the front. Banelings crashing in onto these Hellbats. SCVs transferring without a care in the world. Got Liberators setting up Defender mode circles, and yeah, Coman wins that fairly handily. And all the Ultras are gone. Resources lost 11,000 to 6,900. DayDream has lost so much stuff. That did not go very well. Coman on fire, yo. That was fantastic defense. You gotta wait for the assistance, though. Auto turret tries to do stuff, gets completely massacred there. And lock on ability. One more shot. Goodbye, Overseer. Man, he knows how to use Cyclones, doesn't he? He does. He does. The lock on ability is not benefited from upgrades, but the regular attack that Cyclones have is. So that is just great. 4 Ravens on the way. Terran vehicle and ship plating level 2 coming up as well. And here we go. More Banelings in. Do they have speed yet? I don't think I saw that on the production tab. Ling's trying to get us around on everything. Are there some Hellbats in here? No, but some Hellions. Using that blue flame. The Thors are not doing well. The tank's finally going into tank siege mode, but it seems a little bit too late. The Thors are gone. That tank has 3 kills before it gets exploded. How about these tanks? A little bit too late as well. DayDream wins this battle fairly handily. I mean, I guess he just has a handful of Roaches and Hydras left, so it wasn't incredibly dominant, but Still, he was able to stop the Terran push, and army supply is now 60 to 43. DayDream has that lead. Income tab 83 to 79. Both players pretty much at where they want to be when it comes to workers. Static defense for DayDream. Lots of static defense, which I can't really blame him for. As coman's army is very strong and very slow, is what it is. More and more ravens mined out there. A lot of workers here need to be transferred somewhere else, possibly down here, but that's pretty saturated too. This one is oversaturated. Gotta expand, coman. Time to expand. Maybe up here. Sneaky expand to golds. I am a super fan of that. Creep spread not really continuing for DayDream so far. It did a great job getting about halfway across the map, and then he kind of stopped, is what he did. APM, again, is pretty darn high. About 240 on average throughout this game. There it is. There come the creep tumors, although those are queens. Those are queen tumors. Where are they? Ah, here come the queens. Here come the queens. Both players just taking a bit of a breath. Vipers coming out, possibly for Blinding Cloud for DayDream. +3 missile attack is on the way. +3 for Mech. Vehicle weapons level 3 and vehicle and ship plating level 3. 4 ravens in production. Is he going mass raven? There's 8 already, and 4 more is going to make 12. I guess for Seeker Missile, Auto Turret, Point Defense Drone, a lot of good things you can do with Ravens if you're going mech. Just kind of gave up on the Thors, it would seem. He hasn't really seen any more Mutas, so that's probably a good choice to not really go too heavy on the Thor. Gonna go more on Hellions, more on Cyclones, more on Ravens, and more on tanks. 31 damage versus unarmored when not in siege mode. Killing these brand new creep tumors. How mean? How mean is that? Will these ones actually be able to finish? I don't know where the queens are. Oh, canceled a couple of them. But that creep is receding pretty darn quickly, if you ask me. Alright, setting up the tanks. Moving on in. And auto turrets being thrown down. Whoa! Wow, taking out that static defense. The Ultras do try to come in and deal with this. Any Seeker missiles are going to be thrown down. A lot of auto turrets and parasitic bomb on the Ravens. Nope, auto turrets were not good. They were not good. In this situation, the Ultras are fully upgraded. Few things on ground can deal with the Ultras very well. A yoink on one of those Ravens, stutter stepping backward as best as he can here. The auto turrets just die so quickly. Does this one even get a kill? Maybe? No. Nope. Doesn't even get a kill. Trying to kill this hatchery. This is all that is left from this army. That tank getting chased down. 0 kills to its name. Does manage to survive, as this is the bigger priority, trying to save this hatch, but it's not going to happen. The hatch is going to fall. And here we go. I don't know why we're not seeing Hunter Seeker Missile. I feel like Hunter Seeker would be better here. The Liberators are also not really using Defender mode. Overseers being destroyed. Hellbats taking out some of these things. Cyclones finishing everybody off. 24 damage per shot. And coman somehow kind of wins that, but holy crap, Lings. Suplings! Good luck with that one. More and more auto turrets. I'd like to see Seeker Missiles. Call me crazy, but I think Seeker Missiles would be really great against Roach Ravager. More and more Ravens coming on in. Everything on the ground is dying. Hellbats doing fairly well in that situation, but I don't know. I feel like the Lings could have won that, especially considering they are fully upgraded, but decided Discretion was the better part of Valor. Or Discretion was the better part of Valor. Resources lost, 24,700 for DayDream and 18,000 for coman. Again, that's to be expected. Mech is more cost effective. But DayDream's just able to replenish a little bit faster. He needs to kill those Vipers. Why are you going so many auto turrets? What is about auto turrets? Parasitic bomb being tossed on top of these Ravens. Again, the Ultras are making very short work of these auto turrets. Point Defense Drone is up. Some Corruptors mixed in here too. Liberator going to die to the Corruptors. Ultras chasing everybody home. I'm just not sure that this Mass Raven thing is going to work for coman if he's just going to use Point Defense Drones. I really don't understand this at all. Alright, so tanks set up in a defensive position, getting some shots off here, doing 65 damage versus armor. The Lings are taken care of very easily. This is a lot of Ultras though, and the Banelings crashing into that mineral line while everybody else is distracted. Whoa, bam! Planetary Fortress trying to do it too. Has a single kill, and what else is attacking it? Why? I don't know why it was dying so fast, but it was. Corruptors in the air saying, hey, get out of here. Get out of here, Ravens. No one likes your style. Yeah, I mean, just chasing them down, not worrying about that missile turret even a tiny bit. This is a lot of dead Ravens, you guys. This is a lot of lost gas. Oh, boy. I mean, they're trying to live, but the Corruptors have no concept of life, so that's it. Ravens are gone. 113 to 111. Total supply. Armor supply is 27 to 45. coman has a bit of lead. Whoa, 51. Suddenly for DayDream. 4 ultras are on the way. Again, I would love to see Hunter Seeker Missile here out of our Terran player, but if that's not possible, trying to use Caustic Spray changes his mind, decides that killing some more Ravens is probably a better idea. But yeah, look at that. 21 damage, weapon speed 0.67, and they die so fast. They die so darn fast. More Cyclones, more Hellions, more Planetary Fortress coming up. Is that this one? That is this one. So expanding, maybe a little bit later than I wanted him to, but coman manages to get there. And pushing again is coman. Where are these ultras I've been hearing so much about? Not even really going Hellbat. Just trying to roast up these Lings and then run for your life when the ultras show up, because you are not killing those ultras with Hellions. It is just not going to happen. Ling count very low though. Only 2 will make that 1. Make it 0. Make it 0 Lings. So that's more lost resources. 34,000 versus 27,000. 20 minutes into this game. And I don't know. I feel like coman could win it if he stopped throwing down auto turrets everywhere. It's almost like they had a bet to see if coman could win the game with auto turret. Queen dies, going after static defense. Oh, you know what? Lock-on ability is used. That does quite a bit of damage to the ultras. Again, I don't think it's the Hellions doing any of this work, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. I mean, ultras are dying, though. Their bodies are exploding and falling to the ground. Long-distance mining here from DayDream has enough to make a hatch. I'm not sure what... Ah, he's tech switching. Tech switching to Muta. Ah, crap. Here are the Mutas. Hellbat's trying to win this thing against Roach, which are darn near fully upgraded. How are the Mutas doing? Not well. Cyclones, man. Cyclone's good. Cyclone good unit continuing to push through. With this mech, Raven's throwing down those auto turrets, trying to clear out the static defense. Hellbat's in the front, getting murdered by the Roaches, taking a few Roaches with them, though, and this just small group of mech out of Conan. He doesn't have much. He decides he's not going to push much further. He's killed a lot of creep tumors, and again, that Muta tech switch from DayDream, not as effective as he hoped it would be. Once again, because of Cyclones. I mean, I guess the missile pod does hit air and ground. I'm not sure if I realized that. I thought it really only hit ground. You don't see Cyclones that much, so it's kind of hard to decide. All right, so more Mutas coming out. More and more Ravens, more Cyclones, more Hellions. There's finally a hatch coming up for DayDream. The long-distance mining is still happening, though. And an expansion over here by coman. However, this Mutaflock has something to say about that. No anti-air whatsoever over here. Really, coman? None whatsoever. Is this turning into a base race? It's a bit of a base race. Muta's going to take this base out. Going to kill a lot of SCVs. Oh, a lot of SCVs, but a whole lot of drones are going to die here too. Some Lings try to show up. A lot of Roaches show up. The tanks, though, should tear through these guys without too much trouble. I like how the flashlight or the headlights on the Cyclones illuminate the stuff that they're killing. Tank fire, hatch gone. That's a lot of dead workers. It's 45 to 49 harvesters. 36 to 44 workers killed. This is a lot of dead workers, you guys. The Mutas come right on in. And again, Hunter Seeker on the Mutaflock I think would be good. I think would be excellent. Auto turrets being tossed on down like crazy, but I think most of the Ravens are dead. They decide to back on out. Another hatch going to be killed. Can coman win this? I don't know. Ooh, Raven trying to join the party does not end up making it, sadly. Centrifugal hooks finally on the way for DayDream, getting speed for his banelings now. Seems odd. All right, Cyclones, what you got? Can you kill all these Mutas? Kind of. You kind of can. I mean, you're not obliterating them like Marines would, but hey, not too shabby. All right, so like I said, about 40 to 49 total harvesters. Both players lost a lot of workers in those last minutes or so. Last minute or two. There we go. A lot of missile turrets up now. So many missile turrets against those Mutas. Same thing in this location. Super mined out, though. And a lot of mining out happening across the map at this point. Usually does, past the 20-minute mark. Places mine out faster than they used to. DayDream has these bases, but everything's oversaturated. Did save that hatch, which is good. A Mutaflock, again, being chased away by the auto turrets. Unless you want to fly into the auto turrets. I don't think you do. There we go. Getting Liberators. Smart move. Smart move. Lings. Holy crap, the Ling won by lift. Lift. Oh, crud. coman did not lift. Did not lift. Going after... What are you attacking exactly here? Tech Lab? Tech Lab. Tech Lab. Muta's killing some things. And I don't know. Ah, the Liberators show up, though, using that splash damage with the +0 attack Lexington rockets. But still, it is working fairly well. Those mutas are dead. Dead in the water. 113 to 82 total supply. Got to deal with these lings as, holy crap, your production is getting obliterated right now. Absolutely destroyed. Hellions trying to do what they can. No auto turrets being laid down, surprisingly. Coman does tend to think that auto turrets are the answer to literally everything. Lings trying to get on up here. Do not try to kill the planetary fortress. Do not do that. Don't do it. Finally, the Ling infestation is cleaned up, but lost a lot of factories, a lot of starports. For Coman, another planetary fortress just going to town on these Lings. Gets 3 kills to its name. Coman could win this thing, you guys. That's it! Whoa, DayDream with the GG. DayDream was defeated and Coman was victorious. Well done indeed to Coman. He made Mech work, you guys. He made Mech work. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go back and look at the intro to this replay more closely this time, see what level this actually was, and I think I'll put it in the comments, or in the description. So if you want to know what level this actually was, go ahead and check out the description. We'll be back next week with an actual Into the Void, but this was fun. I mean, you have to admit, this was a lot of fun. It was good to see Mech win. And Cyclones. Who knew Cyclones were this good against Zerg? I certainly did not. 24 damage, weapon speed 0.71 is nothing to sneeze at, range of 5. Pretty good. And using the lock-on ability too, just, I mean, 400 damage is crazy, crazy amounts of damage, especially with the range that they have. Anyway, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. A little bit unorthodox, but Into the Void it was. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.